Good morning and welcome to Qigong Live Online. It's a beautiful day here today. So we're following on from last week when we were introduced Qigong exercise for hypertension or high blood pressure. So we've got a couple more for you today because it's a subject that there are a lot of Qigong exercises for. So I'm going to give you some different variations today. We'll bow into class first. Roll back onto your thumbs. Left hand underneath. Gong. Make a fist with your left hand, cover with your right. Bring your hands towards your heart and then down. Very. Jane, nice to meet you again, Jane. I spent time with Jane in Perth on the weekend, so it's great to see you. It was great to sit down and have breakfast with you. It was very, very cool. So we add to the last time we did the exercises. So we've got a couple from the Bow, which are very well known for hypertension or high blood pressure. And then I'm going to add another one from the Dao series, which is we did the Dao head massage last week. The Dao head massage last week, there was one exercise at the end that I didn't put in it because we ran out of time, and it's on the end of this one. But they're all good for hypertension, all of them. Even just one exercise will help. So you don't have to do all of them. As I say, just one will be fine. The first exercise we're going to do from the Bow system is an exercise called Wave Hands Over the Lake. Now, all of these exercises, even if you don't have hypertension, are good for lots of other things too. They're just also used for hypertension. They're not solely for hypertension. So the exercise last week I did in the advanced class, the Dao hypertension exercise, is just for hypertension. But these ones have multiple facets, so you can use them for other things, but they're also good for it. So they're a good practice. Like the first exercise is good for calming the nerves. It's good for communication between your kidneys and your lungs. It helps with your breathing. It helps with your respiration. So there's lots of different functions they do beside just the part of it, which is really regulating your high blood pressure. Yep. So anyway, so the first exercise, we're going to start with your palms facing towards the ground. And you stand with your palms facing towards the ground, your feet parallel to the front, your hands like that. Then you bring your hands up to the front. Now you raise your arms up. Now you're trying to let your arms float up, and then they come back down again. So the hard part of this, you're trying to pick up your arms with the energy and not the muscles. So you let the energy move your arms best you can, and then bring your hands down. Now the arms aren't straight. They're not locked up straight doing this. The arms are relaxed. They float. There's a slight bend in the arms, and they float up, and they float down like that. Very good. Now you'll find when they're coming up and down that there's a slight, you'll see if you watch the top of my head, you'll see there's a slight rise and a slight low in the body. It's not because I'm straightening or bending my legs. It's because as I breathe in, the body expands. Because I'm breathing through the pores of the body, and all the meridians are the same. So when I'm breathing in, the body's expanding with energy. And when I breathe out, it compacts the chi. So there's a slight movement down. Now, I'm standing with the knees bent anyway because I'm standing on the front of my feet and my kidney points. So there's no weight on the heels. I'm standing on my muscles. I bend my knees. So there's a slight movement down and a slight movement up, but I'm not doing that on purpose. I just say that because you see me rising and falling. I'm not trying to do this. Yeah, I'm doing this because as the arms come up, the body inflates. And then the body compresses the chi, packs the chi in the body when you come down. So that's what's happening, not the deliberately rising and falling. Yep. So you breathe in as they come up. You breathe out as they go down. That's it. Long, slow breath, breathing in. So part of the regulation of the blood pressure happens with the slow breathing. As soon as you start breathing slower, it takes all the stress off the heart. The heart's getting more oxygen. The heart can relax. And it'll help to regulate the blood pressure, right? But it also, when you breathe slowly and you move slower, it helps to calm the mind as well. So it's a great exercise. Long, slow breath in. Have the in-breath, the out-breath the same duration, so the same length of time. And when you pick your arms up, don't pick them up, your hands up above your shoulders. Keep them level with your shoulders. And then breathe out. Perfect. Breathing in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And welcome, Leslie, this morning. Good to see you. You come to a few of these classes, I'm very free. It's very good to see you. Breathe out. It's quite strange. You and Harold come to a lot of these classes every week, and you live in totally different places in the world, and you've never met each other, but here you come together to do the class together. I love that. Breathing in. And then breathing out. Such a relaxing exercise. This is the first exercise in the Shiva Shu. Out of the 18 exercises, this is number 1. So it's interesting it puts it right at the start because it's about regulation of your breath and regulation of the relationship between the kidneys and the lungs. The breath of life, yeah? So it sets your breath of life. It brings back the quietness inside your breathing. Good. We'll do a couple more. It seems like such a simple exercise, but it's actually quite complicated because there's a lot going on inside the body at the same time. Very good. So the next exercise we're going to do is called rolling with the waves, and this is from the Shiva Shu Taiji Qigong system as well. And it's an exercise that's actually primarily good for your spleen. It's also good for neurasthenia, which is pain in your body as well. But we're using it for hypertension because it's also good for high blood pressure. Yep. We're going to step off to the right side first. I'm going to mirror you. You're going to step off with your right foot. Then you're going to have your toe off the ground. You put your toe off the ground. And you're going to bring your hands up to both palms are facing forward like this. Yep. You're going to put your toe down. Yep. Toe goes down. Then we're going to step forward to the back. We're going to push the hands forward. Back foot comes forward, and the back foot just goes to the toe. Just the toes touching the ground, not the heel, just the toe. And you're going to push your hands forward, and then you bend them down so the palms are facing the ground, and you're going to lower your head down so your chin's touching your chest. Then you're going to step back, goes toe, heel, comes back. As it comes back, the toe comes up, and you roll your hands back like sliding it off a table, put your elbows down. It goes slightly down, and then the toe goes down first, then we come forward and press. Back foot comes into the toe, palms facing the ground, chin on chest. Stepping back, toe, heel, rocking back, bring the toe up, slide the arms back. So keep your shoulder, don't pick your shoulder, keep your shoulders down, and come back. Toe down first, that's good, that's better. Come forward, toe on the ground, chin on chest, palms facing the ground. Toe, heel, come back, toe comes up. Good. So we're breathing out as we go forward, out through the nose and in through the nose. And then breathe in as we come back. Long, slow, quiet breath, the same thing, we're regulating the breath again, toe down. So we've got the slow breathing pattern, which is slowing down the pressure on your heart, it's calming your heart, quietening your mind. These exercises have a very similar effect on the body, even though there's a few more things happening energetically through the meridians. But the fundamental thing inside with the breath pattern and how it's affecting the heart and how it's affecting the nervous system in the body. Breathing in. Toe goes down, breathing out. If you want to get very technical, the toe goes down, the heel goes down first before you come back, and then the toe comes up. And the toe goes down first before you move forward. The toe goes down forward, and then you come forward. Toe, heel first. So I've put the toe and then the heel, and at this stage I can still put the foot back. There's no weight in it. Then you change the weight, and it's the same thing that happens in the front. Now this is not easy to do, believe it or not. The toe comes up. It's to put the toe down without moving forward to put the toe down, just to put the toe down. And how you do that is you bend the other leg. You bend this one down to put the toe down. Toe goes down. Then come forward. So there's 100% weight when the foot changes. Toe, heel, come back. Toe goes down first, then come forward. Then we're going to change the other side when we come back. Step back, bring the hands down, bring the foot in, then step off with the left foot, heel up first, then put the toe down first, then come forward. Press. Chin on chest, palms facing the ground. Step back, toe, heel, come back. Toe down first, come forward. Toe, heel, come back. Toe, come forward. That's it, perfect. Long, slow breath in, long, slow breath out. Breathing out as you go forward. And do two more. Long, slow breath in. Long, slow breath out. Back to the front. Bring your foot in. And then return the chi back to the lower dantian yin. Back to your physical center. Yeah. Very good. Just shake your arms out in case there's any tension build up. Shake your legs out as well. So normally before we do the Qigong, we'd do warm-up exercise, but I don't want to spend lots of time doing warm-up exercises before these classes. But normally you'd warm up before, and maybe before you come online, you can just exercise while you're waiting for me, and just so your body's warm, because you want it completely open. The idea of you'll find that everybody, well, I shouldn't say everybody, that's the wrong. Most people in China, they do though. If you're in China, go in the park, they all stretch first. They always do the stretching routine. So you want to stretch every ligament, every tendon, to every bone, every muscle in the body before you even start the Qigong, because then everything's all relaxed and it's all open. It's like doing the yoga practice before you do your meditation to open your body up so it's completely open. It's the same principle. So the stretching opens you up. So when you're moving the energy and you're moving your body around, it's already open. You're not, the joints are open, the blood circulating, the chi's open, the meridian points are open, the pores are open. All of the above. Yep. So we're going to do the last one we're going to do is from as I say, it's from the Daoyin practice. Now it's from its own set of exercises, and they're the Daoyin Qigong walking exercises. They have their own set. There's 5 of them in the set. I actually haven't made a course of them. I was just thinking that before. I must do all 5 of them and record them all, and I'll make a course. I'll put it up because I just used it. I teach them individually as part of other things, but never have done the whole 5 together. So we'll put them up. It's a very old practice. You hardly ever see anybody practicing Daoyin walking. I remember in China, I saw only one guy, every time I've been to China and been in the training in the parks and things. I've only ever seen one guy do Qigong walking. There is a couple of versions of it. You see people walking around doing a certain walk, but this is a very old set of Taoian walks which are very focused, and they have a particular pattern to them and not just a step walking step. So we're going to do one of those, and we're going to do, it's the very, very first one out of the set, actually, number 1. It's called the blowing method to strengthen the kidneys. Now, this happens to also be good, besides strengthening your kidneys and giving you lots of power and energy and balancing your kidneys, it's also really good for high blood pressure. There you go. And it's actually part of the one from last week. It's the last exercise of last week's. So you can do last week's one plus this one, or you can just do it by yourself. It's just such an extraordinary exercise. So it starts off with the idea of, we're going to step off. I'm going to mirror you, so I'm going to step off with your right foot forward. So we face the front, and as we step, can you just change the shot? Can you just change shot? Thanks, man. Just change, and so we're going to step off with that foot. Yep. And before we do that, so we know, as we step off, if we think of north this way and west and east is east side, we're going to go to the northwest that side, and then we're going to step off the other side. We're going to do that northeast, so it's on the quarter. Yep. So we're stepping off that, facing that foot. Now the other foot, of course, is still facing towards the north. So one in the north, this one's facing towards the northwest. In your case, it'll be the northeast. Depending which way you're facing, of course. It'll be facing the northeast, that way. Yep. So, but I'm facing the other way because I'm mirroring you. So in theory, I'm going to the northeast as well. So you're going to start with your palms. You bring your palms up to the side with both the palms facing backwards. Yeah, they're not facing down, they're facing backwards. Yep, and all the weight's on the back foot. And I'm going to come forward. As I come forward, they're going to come with me, and I'm looking towards the front. And as I come I'm going to look to the side, and the palms are going to come up, still facing backwards. And now I'm looking the same direction as the foot. Now the back foot's come off, the heel's on the ground, the toes on the ground, because as I've gone forward, it's lifted the toe up. Yep. So you disconnect the kidney point in the back. And I'm looking that way from both palms back. When I go back, the heel goes down, and the front toe comes up. And I'm now it's that way, but I'm looking to the front. Yep. And then the toe goes down, then I'm looking to the side. Heel goes down, I'm looking to the back. Toe goes down, I'm looking to the side. Heel goes down, looking to the front. So we have the palms still face backwards the whole time. Yep. They face this way. The energy comes up your front of your body. Comes up in the front, so it's bringing it up the renmai, it's bringing up the kidney meridian, it's bringing up the spleen as well. It's bringing the energy up the front of your body with the hand. Comes up, comes out. Yep. Comes up. Such a beautiful exercise. So this is the only static one of the set. The other 4 exercises in the walking Qigong, they all move forward. You actually step, you actually move across. So you need quite a bit of space to do that. And I remember teaching these and doing them whole length of rugby fields, walking from one end to the other, just doing one of the exercises, then change around and do the other one. The more you do them, there's something happens with these exercises. And I'll talk a little bit about an experience I had with this guy doing the Qigong in China and what actually happened. But we're not going to do the exercise he was doing, but we're doing this one because this is the one for hypertension. Cool. We've got that idea. So there's this rocking forwards and backwards. The body's turning as I come back, comes to the front. Then the waist turns to the side. Then it comes back to the front. Then it goes to the side. The heel comes off the ground. Then the toe comes up. Heel comes off the ground. So this is happening. At the same time, the arms are moving from side to side. Then looking to the front, looking to the side. Good. We'll swap the other side. Stepping back. Now we're going to step off with the left foot. Yep, same thing here. Toes off the ground. Hands to the side, toe goes down, go forward, heel comes off the back foot, back to the front, back to the side. And there's this beautiful cadence that happens in this. I'll give you the breathing for this shortly because the breathing is quite unique. But at this stage, we just need to work out what's going on with the body. I really like the Taoian walking exercise. They're very, very cool. They're a very unique way to bring peace and quiet inside the mind when you're walking. Now this one's quite quiet. The next one's quieter again. Okay, easy one, eh? Side, look into the side, look into the front. Look into the side, palms facing backwards. Heel goes down, toe comes up, toe goes down. Perfect. We'll go 2 more, and then it should be nice even for both sides. To the front, to the side, and back. Good. Now the breathing pattern. So each of the 5 exercises, each of the 5 movements all have a different breathing pattern. This is a particular one. And we're going to start the same thing again with your right foot forward and your palms to the side. Now at this stage you're going to do 2 in-breaths. You're going to go. Now it's done with both. It's done through the nose. Yep. Now some of the Taoian practice is to breathe out through the mouth, but this one you're going to breathe in through the nose. So breathe in, 2 in-breaths. And as you go forward, you're going to do 2 out-breaths. And you're going to, and I'm not sure if you can hear that. I'll breathe out from the mouth so you can hear it, but don't breathe out through the mouth. I'll just do it so you can hear it in the mic. Yeah? So it goes. And breathe out. That's it. And you both them into your nose, eh? Now, when you do the breathing, of course, you're not going to be doing it that loud. I'm doing it so you can hear the breathing, so you can keep up with it. So 2 in-breaths at the back, 2 out-breaths at the front. Yeah. 2 in-breaths, 2 out-breaths. Yep. Now, when I'm doing it myself, because I'm going really slowly, the in-breath, the out-breath is quite small. You won't be able to hardly hear it, so I have to amplify it so you can hear it. So you don't need to go. You don't need to do it that loud. Yeah. Yep. Breathe in. Breathing out. And your breath, when you do this, you'll feel like you're breathing and it's nice and slow. The 2 in-breaths and the 2 out-breaths are nice and slow. But they're enough that you're not under-breathing and you're not over-breathing. You're not forcing your breath either way and you're not running out of air either. So it's a really comfortable breath pattern where as you breathe in, it just feels like you're just walking and you're breathing slowly. We're just doing a double breath instead of a single breath. Good. So the breathing, it's hard to make them so you can hear me. So it's like going. So it's like that. Yeah, that's how quiet it is. If you slow it down, you can do even slower too. So there. So the breathing is really slow. It's long, slow breaths, yeah? So it's not if you're going. You could if you did it that fast, but you don't need to do it. The idea is to slow it right down because at this stage we're trying to do the high blood pressure, so you're trying to slow it down. Yep. Try the other side. Same thing again, 2 in-breaths at the back, on the back foot, 2 out-breaths on the front. It's quite hypnotic, by the way. Just takes you into quite an altered state if you do this long enough. The body just starts moving by itself, and you'll get to watch the body moving, and you'll watch yourself breathing, and you're not doing it. You become the observer of the exercise. And this is a really good exercise to have that experience. But you have to do it for a while. You've got to do it till your mind stops thinking. But once you worked out what you're doing with the exercise, the movement, then the mind can let go because it doesn't have to focus because you already know how to do it. And then the breathing becomes simultaneous as well. And then you can just sit inside the relaxation of the exercise. Do one more, and then should have evened it up, eh? Good. We can come back around the front. Now, you should feel quite quiet. You'll find your mind quiets down. The whole body's quiet as well. Everything's going to go, shuts down. And this is a part of the nature of the exercise that does that. my voice has changed. So it has this calming effect on the body, which is really, really beautiful. But it calms the mind, but what it does is calm the heart. And that's what helps the high blood pressure. It just brings it down because it takes the pressure off the heart. And the heart's now relaxed and it's just pumping slowly because you're getting a lot of oxygen as well. And so it's smoothly pumping the oxygen to the body and calming the pressure of the body. And it takes all the pressure and all of the heat out of your head, relaxes the liver, relaxes the kidneys, relaxes all the organs. So it has quite a profound effect. And I feel really relaxed, like super relaxed now. But what I said was, try this exercise. Do it for a longer period of time. So do it, I wouldn't even give yourself minutes because you'll start watching the clock. Don't do that either. Just start at one side and just keep going till you feel like you've done not enough and just keep going. And just be happy inside that breath pattern. Just keep going, and then try the other side. And you'll get to this place where the body just starts moving smoothly by itself. It just starts floating. Because you know how to do the exercise, the body starts floating from side to side. The breathing's quiet and smooth. And the body, and it's like this rhythmic, it's like the rocking backwards and forwards. It just becomes this lovely movement inside the body's energetics where it's just rocking. I can understand why, if you've ever been to a psychiatric ward in a hospital, why you see people sitting there and they like this, they're rocking. Or they're rocking. And you wonder why it looks like it's crazy, but there's something that happens. It's like a baby. Why do you rock a baby? To settle them down. It's the same principle. That rocking motion is really smoothing and really calming. And I quite often, if I'm standing, I'll catch myself rocking backwards and forwards. Because if I stand still, I have to actually hold myself in a situation to stop moving. I have to lock my body up to do that. Lock all the ligaments, tendons, because if I relax, then it starts moving by itself again. It's because internally the energy is moving. The heart beating is pumping blood through, so there's a movement inside my body. My circadian rhythm inside my spinal column, because it's expanding and contracting as well. They've done scientific studies of this. The head expands and contracts. The spine contracts. The body's moving. The blood vessels are going. The body's breathing energy in and out. So there's all this movement. So it actually stands perfectly still. I've actually got to hang on to it and make some tension in the body to hold it to stop moving. Because as soon as I relax, it just wants to start moving. And I catch myself on the weekend, I was sitting there listening to people talking, I might catch myself rocking. And it's because the body wants to do that. It's just because it's just energetic moving in it. I mean, I probably think I'm crazy, but I'm not really crazy. I just find it just really comforting just to move. It just moves slowly. And I noticed I was sitting in the in the airport and they're waiting to get to the check-in counter, and there's all these people. Of course you got to wait for ages. I'm sitting there holding my bag and I catch myself and I'm sitting there and I'm rocking from side to side like that, just subtly, because the energy doesn't stop. That you never actually ever stop. It's impossible to stop. And even when you're sleeping, you're not stopping because the heart's beating, the blood's circulating, you're breathing, the oxygen's going in and out of the body. So it doesn't stop. And so all you're doing is just being part of the energetic movement, and you just allow it to keep moving. As I say, you can't stop. Nothing stops. The whole world doesn't stop. And there's no stop. And so it's always moving. Everything's moving. Atoms are always moving. There's no stop ever. Well, not in this world. And even when you die, I'm not sure what happens after that one, because the body's still got molecules, it's still got atoms until the life force goes out of all the atoms. But even in the ash has atoms and they're still moving around. They're not dead. The atoms don't die. So it just returns to a different form. So it's a fascinating subject. Anyway, I digress. Have a beautiful day today. And enjoy those. If you have any questions about these exercises, the hypertension, if you look at last week, I'm not going to write it all out again this week, but if you look at last week, it talks all about the Chinese way that it sees, the Chinese medicine, how it sees hypertension. It's given you dietary things for hypertension. It's given you Chinese herbal formulas for it. And I think it's even got some acupuncture points on how you treat hypertension. So there's a whole thing on last week. I won't write it up again this week. So just have a look at that one and you'll see all of the parts of that. And I'll just write about these exercises today. Have a beautiful day, everybody. And we'll see you next week. We'll just bow out here. Well, you don't actually bow out. You bow as a sign of respect, not to me, to this other thing we live in, to the consciousness, the conscious field. We bow into that. Well, we're just acknowledging that we've been part of that, which we always are anyway. We're just having a gratitude towards it. Definitely not bowing to me. Cool. Good. And then step back and bow to each other. They come to the class. Thank you for coming to the class, everybody. Hopefully that's useful. And as I say, if you have any questions, please ask. You're very, very welcome. Have a beautiful week, eh?